I'm Karen Autumn Rose from Fret Sisters International. We are an online international support for ladies, women, musicians, artists, dancers, everyone. And we're so happy to speak to you today about your wonderful career and success.
Thanks for having me. This is so exciting.
It is. I was watching your videos. Matter of fact, I'm the one that posted your video. You playing this awesome Telecaster. Can you show us your Tele?
Yeah.
Or your Tele style, your T-style guitar? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. And is that a Fender, or is it something a guitar that is that the brand, or is that Warmoth, or?
Yeah, it's a Warmoth Telecaster, and I bought it at a shop in California. They think it was made sometime in the mid-90s, but they don't really know. So
very nice.
I know that they bought it from an estate sale.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty cool guitar. It's got a pretty Telecaster kind of normal sound, but then it also sounds a bit different. So that was two different sounds on the same pickup on the neck.
Right. Now your bridge pickup that looks like a hot rail, but it still maintains that Tele sound, right?
Yeah.
It's got a lot of punch to it. Did you install that, or did it come like that?
It came like that. It's
okay.
A Joe Barden pickup. And
nice.
Sounds like this in the low position, and then in the high position.
Great. That's great. The other guitars, I see a Gretsch, a Les Paul, and another semi-hollow body guitar. Tell us about your guitar collection.
Yeah, I have so many guitars. I have a Samick SSH Strat. That was my first guitar. Still have it. And then I have an Epiphone Dot Deluxe. It's a Korean-built Epiphone. It's about an 01. And that was the first guitar I bought with my own money. My dad bought me my first guitar, the Samick, and then bought the Epiphone for a few $100 when I was 17, I think.
Okay.
And then I have a Gibson Les Paul. It's an 03 classic, pretty much bone stock. And then I have a Gretsch Tennessee Rose. It's a 05 Tennessee Rose. And then I have a Laguna, which is like a shredder guitar. It's a Guitar Center in-house brand. And then I have some. This is kind of fun. It's a cigar box guitar.
Oh, that's nice. How many strings on that? 3 or 4?
Yeah, it's got 3 strings, and it's in an open D tuning.
Oh, that's awesome for some blues slide.
Yeah.
When did you start playing guitar?
I started playing when I was 13, so I'm 36 now. It's been a good long time, 23 years. And my dad and I took lessons together for about a year, which was really fun. And then I kept playing on my own for a while. And when I was about 16, my parents said, okay, we got to get them more lessons because they're getting better. So it's time.
Right.
And so I started taking lessons from a really great guitar player and instructor where we lived. And I still go see him for lessons every once in a while when I'm getting stuck.
And this is in Washington State. Are you near Seattle, or?
Yeah, I live near Seattle. I grew up near Portland, Oregon, for Washington.
Beautiful place.
Yeah.
I've never been, but I hear it's just wonderful. And it's a great musical area for a lot of musicians play in Seattle. And Washington State, Portland. Okay, what other pedals do you use, the effects that you use? I was watching I saw wah, I saw JHS. Tell us more about your pedal and effects you use and for what type of sound.
Yeah, so the main thing I use is an effects modeler processor. So it models a guitar amp, and I have it modeling a Fender Blues Deluxe. And then and that kind of does the most of the sound, but it also does other things like have like flanger built into it. So kind of thing. And then I have it do an acoustic simulator as well. So it sounds pretty good playing electric.
Right. Nice clean tone.
Yeah, it's good. It's nice. And then yeah, I use a wad. So pretty standard. And then I have a JHS Paul Gilbert overdrive. And then I got a couple booths that I use. I have a ZVEX Channel 2 that I run on the gain cranked as like an extra overdrive. And then I also have a JHS solo boost that I use for just clean boost.
Clean boost.
Yeah. And then a diamond tremolo. I like to use in conjunction with a Chase Bass tonal recall, and it gets me kind of funky.
Yeah. Nice. Beautiful.
Yeah. That's pretty fun. Good amount of pedals. It's not like a gigantic pedal board that goes, it's pretty minimal.
Right.
It's nice. But it gets me everything I need to do in a cover band and whatever creative weird things that can come up with.
Now the amplifier, you use an Orange Head, a Fender Deluxe. What's your amps? What amplifiers do you use?
Yeah, so for live stuff, I use an Orange Pedal Baby 100, which is just a real simple, clean channel or a clean power amp. It's a solid state power amp, and that is paired with my modeler. So I can take my modeler and I can, like right now when I practice at home, it's just going into my audio interface into the computer and I listen back to it through headphones.
Right.
So I'm not making a bunch of noise. And then on stage, I can use the exact same setup and just plug it right into the Orange power amp. It's all solid state, so it's nice and reliable. I don't have to worry about like weird power fluctuations or anything like that. Or like the tubes like getting quieter as they're on longer or something.
The head is pretty small, so you can just put that in a backpack, and you just have the cabinet.
Actually, I have a 3 TU like mobile, like lightweight case, and it's got the power amp in it, and then a power conditioner, and then it's got plenty of room inside to hold all my cables. And sometimes I use a looper, so I put the looper in there too, and yeah, it's a nice, easy thing to carry around.
Yeah, you use the Ditto TC Electronics Ditto looper double.
I had been. I just recently changed to a Boss RC 500. The Ditto, the tempo correction on it was really difficult to use sometimes. The Boss RC 500 is really great for tempo correction, and I can pre-record things on it a lot easier and find them with the bank switching. The TC Electron, the X4 is cool, but I kind of outgrew it as far as using a looper. So,
well, as long as it's user friendly, especially for live performances, you don't want that lag. You want it, to be recorded, and that's great. Who are your influences? Your guitar influences, musical influences?
As far as like guitar playing goes, Buddy Guy has really been kind of the number one, and it's just the attitude and the sound and the way he plays with just so much like emotion. I don't really think he's like the most technical guitar player, but it's just the attitude that's that's there that I love. And I feel like I try to take a lot from his playing the way I listen to him.
Yes,
so many years of recorded music that
definitely
available out there. And then as far as people I've taken inspiration from, when I was starting to get better, I listened to a lot of B.B. King and Stevie Ray Vaughan, and a lot of the popular blues guitar players.
Oh, definitely. B.B. King. Buddy Guy, I looking back at some, Buddy Guy was performing, and Jimi Hendrix was in the audience, and Buddy Guy was one of Jimi Hendrix influence, guitar players. Oh, he's still around too, and I think he's still gigging, Buddy Guy, and he's amazing. Yeah. Definitely amazing with his polka dot.
Live.
Yeah.
Polka dots. I've seen him live a handful of times. But there's a lot of other people that I really like just musically that I've taken a lot of inspiration from, like Susan Tedeschi, Bonnie Raitt are a couple of them.
Oh, definitely Bonnie Raitt, definitely.
Yeah,
she's amazing on slide and blues. She played with so many great guitarists, but she's one of my favorite guitarists with her Strat and her slide and her open tuning. That's fantastic. Now you're on all media, social media platforms. I know we have you on Instagram. That's how I found you. And are you on other than Instagram? Do you post and with the other bands that you perform with? Where can we find you?
Yeah, so Instagram, Teryn on Guitar is kind of the main thing, the number one thing. I do also have a YouTube channel and a TikTok under the same name, Teryn on Guitar. But that's kind of it for now. I'm not super big on social media.
Right. What are the names of the other? I'm sorry. What are the other names of the bands that you perform with?
Yeah, the two main bands that I play with are called the Aquanets. We're a cover band. Have shows coming up in Leavenworth, Washington. The other band is a ska band called the Replicators, and it's real fun, upbeat music, and it's punk with horns.
Definitely. When you say ska, I think of the Police and a little bit of No Doubt, early No Doubt, when they had that with Gwen Stefani, and it was more of a reggae, but it was ska as well. But when I think of ska, I definitely think of Sting and Andy Summers and those guys of the Police.
Ska has its roots in reggae.
Yeah.
Because it's very similar. There's a whole syncopated, but usually, sometimes it's a lot faster. Like that. Faster chord progression for ska.
What about the rock guys like Joe Perry from Aerosmith? Or, I was listening to your sound, and sometimes it's like got that great crunch and that overdrive that's not too overbearing. But I heard you play some Aerosmith, Joe Perry from the band.
Yeah. So that's. I haven't really listened to a lot of Aerosmith over the years. Led Zeppelin is more of a thing I've listened to. But I'm learning a couple Led Zeppelin songs for a jam that I'm doing in December with some other local area musicians. And I'm really excited about that.
That's great.
But it's been fun to learn that stuff. And my role in the jam is to learn the Brad Whitford parts, who's the other guitar player in Aerosmith. So,
yeah. And we always forget about guitarist number 2. That's with all of the bands. It's always the main lead guitar. What other bands do you listen to and you are influenced by?
I listen to a lot of punk. That's kind of always been my staple. Some of my favorites are Green Day and NoFX are my newer punk influences. But growing up, I listened to a lot of Metallica, and because of the age that I started listening to Metallica at, I actually worked backwards in the timeline.
Right.
Metallica albums. But also a lot of metal and other classic rock stuff, but Tool, System of a Down, some of my favorites, and then older stuff with Led Zeppelin, and I just have Black Sabbath. I have a big kind of range of stuff I like, and I'll listen to like Charlie Parker.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I like Chicago a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just kind of all over the place sometimes.
That's great.
Yeah.
What about hobbies? Do you have any hobbies that other than music, which is your profession? But are there any? Do you have any hobbies?
Yeah, I do like cars a lot. I have a Subaru that I like to take to a thing called autocross, which is like an agility course for your car. And it's a lot of fun. It's good driver skills and makes me a safer driver on the road. And then I love being outdoors, especially here in Western Washington, where we have so much access to great hiking and nature and such a diverse ecosystem. And it's really great. I used to snowboard quite a bit, but I haven't done that later years because it's very expensive and spend a lot of time standing in line.
Right. That's fantastic. Autocross, outdoors, snowboarding. It's wonderful. And then your music, and that's your life. We at Bread Sisters want to thank you so much for being part of our interview and our podcast. And you have a wonderful gig, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Maybe I'm coming.